Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Firoz Ahmed and today I am going to discuss about the concept of the school of thought in geography. Basically, school indicates about certain collection of the ideas from a significant number of the authors. If the certain ideas or the concept or the thought that is coherently developed by a number of scholars belonging to the same school or the same set of the ideas or having the belongingness of the same places or the locations, that is called as the school. Suppose Marxist school of thought or the organismic school of thought or the humanistic geography school of thought, or in general in geography we discuss the school of thought with relations to the places and the location of the certain areas, just like the school of Miletus. Miletus was the Greek colony in the Athens culture, near to the Athens. This Miletus school of thought has developed the mathematical geography, and they have contributed more in terms of the measurement of the length of the earth, length of the equator, or the circumference of the globe. Or this mathematical school of thought or school of Miletus also have the certain concepts with relations to the latitude, longitudes, and its measurement, and the other aspects of the geodesy, as well as the measurement of the different imaginary lines over the globe for the sake of locations and for the sake of the mathematical understanding of the map making or the cartographic technique. In the same way, there are the certain other schools of thought. In modern geographical thought, we can see that the French school of thought or the German school of thought or the British school of thought, these schools of thought in geography have the certain implications. Each school has certain characteristics. Each school has certain notions or the concepts or the conceptual framework to focus upon the earth surface, to focus upon the geographical phenomena or the geographical elements or its variations over the earth. Let us discuss about the German school of thought. In terms of German school of thought, we have to remind our ideas that German school of thought has produced a range of the author, a range of the scholars who have developed and contributed more in geography. These were the scholars who have laid the foundation stone of the geographical thought in terms of the Alexander von Humboldt or the Karl Ritter. But apart from Alexander von Humboldt or the Karl Ritter, there were the certain other scholars who have contributed more in terms of German school of thought. Most importantly, Oscar Peschel. Oscar Peschel is the one of the renowned geographer or the renowned scholar of the German school of thought. He was born in 1826 and he died in 1875. Peschel was he was the editor of a journal, of a magazine that is known as the Das Ausland, DASAUSLAND, Das Ausland. This is one of the important journal that he was the first editor of this journal. Then Peschel has also contributed in terms of comparative geography. He has compared the different parts of the world, different areas of the world with each other. Then he has also focused upon the fjords and its formation. He has studied about the fjords of the Norway coast as well as its features and how it has been developed over the earth's crust. And he has called that these fjords are the fissures over the earth crust. And he has laid the foundation of the modern physical geography. And most importantly, Oscar Peschel is known as the scholar who has studied the landform and geomorphology. Another scholar in this school is the Ferdinand von Richthofen. Richthofen is one of the great scholar of the time in the German School of Geography. He has laid the foundation of the geomorphological studies, and he was one of the German geologists. He was the geologist, a founder of the modern physical geography, modern geomorphology. Primarily, he is interested in the geomorphology or the relief features, and his important study was the study of the coal fields of the China. He has surveyed to the China, and he has examined about the coal fields and its geomorphological characteristics located in the China. And he was the scholar who has first studied about the loess and its formation in the northwestern part of the China, and how the loess is generated, how the loess is being formed, what are the geomorphological characteristics of the loess and its formations. And he has examined these loess formations, its genesis, its evolution, as well as its distribution in the northwestern part of the China. He has divided the whole world in terms of the certain regions, just like the Erdteile, 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 that is the major divisions of the world. Then the Landet, that is the major regions of the world. Landschaften, that is the landscape or the smaller region, or the Artile Kitchen, that is the locations or the smaller regions of the world. But when we focus upon the German studied German geographical thought, we cannot neglect about the one of the great scholar of the time, that is known as the Friedrich Ratzel. Ratzel is one of the important and renowned scholar who has developed not only in the field of the human geography. Basically, he is known as the founder of the human geography. He was born in 1844 and he was died in 1904. He was basically a zoologist, a biologist, and he has also studied the geology and the comparative anatomy also. That's why his ideas is generally based upon the zoological evolutions of the land of the living organism, and he has dealt with the geomorphological or the landscape or the regions or the state or the human society in the form of the living organism. And he is one of the important scholar who has compared the mode of life of different tribal groups and nations. He has contributed two important books that is very important in geographical thought. One is the Anthropogeography, and the second one is the Geography Politique or the Political Geography. He has given two ideas that is very important in terms of geographical thought. First is the idea of social Darwinism, and the second one is the Lebensraum. Let us discuss about the social Darwinism. Ratzel was very much influenced by the Charles Darwin, and we know the concept of the Darwin as a survival of fittest or the origin of the species by the natural selection. This origin of the species by natural selection is one of the important ideas that is coming from the Darwin, has influenced the geographical ideas and geographical thought also. That's why Ratzel, who was much influenced by the Charles Darwin, has studied the landform, has studied the state and the human societies in terms of the competitions or the adaptation to the nature. He have said that the competitions that is there among the other living organism, it is also being applicable to the human beings also. Human beings and the social group must compete with each other for their survival, and whoever who will survive and who will adapt to the changing nature, as well as who will adapt to the natural conditions of the human ecology or the human society, that is capable to live and that will survive. This concept of social Darwinism, as is one of the important concept given by the Ratzel, and another concept that is related to the Ratzel is organic theory of state, that is known as the Lebensraum. He has said that state evolved, grow, mature, and expand, just like the human beings or the other living organism that evolve, grow, mature, and expanded itself. In the same way, state as a political organization must be grow, stand, as well as expand its territory if it want to be survived. This concept of the Lebensraum, that is applicable in political geography much in German geopolitics, and German geopolitical scholars have adopted this concept of Lebensraum in their geopolitical ideas and in terms of their geopolitics, that is known as the German geopolitics. In Second World War, we can see the influence of Ratzel in favoring the ideas that is suited to the German evolutions and the German spaces and German place in the competitive world in the Second World War. Then anthropogeography is the another concept of the Ratzel, who has examined these different tribal groups of the world, their races, their conditions, their biological features with relations to the environment. He was a true environmental determinist. He said that the environment controls the human life, human society, state, and the nations. That's why Ratzel was a great environmental determinist also. So we can see the Ratzel, Richthofen, as well as Peschel as one of the important scholars of the German school of thought. Another scholars that is also well known, that is the Alfred Hettner. Hettner was the pupil of the Richthofen, and he has written a book that the name of that book is Europe, that written by the Hettner when he has visited to the whole European territory and the European continent. He supported the viewpoint of the Strabo that the geography is the science of the chorology, and that's why geography must be studied in terms of regional explanation and the spatial variations. Reason is central in geographical analysis, in geographical studies. That's why he supported to the Strabo that geography is the chorological science. He has established and analyzed the relationship between the nature as well as of the man, how the nature is varies from one place to another place, and that causes for the variations of the social group over the globe. And another scholar that is also very famous, and that is known as the Albrecht Penk. Albrecht Penk was born in 1858 and he was died in 1945. He was a leading German geographer, and he was the professor of the physical geography in Vienna from 1885 to 1906. That's why he was also one of the important academicians in the University of Berlin, and he was the professor of the Berlin from 1906 to 1926. He has classified the whole climates on the basis of the landforms. That is he was the father of the another is Walter Penk, who has given the theories of the landform development. Albrecht Penk has classified the world's climate into different on the basis of the landform and the relief features, and he has given a theory of the evaporation. He has said that evaporation increases with the higher temperature. If the temperature will be high, then the evaporation will be also high. He was one of the scholar who has also focused upon the effective precipitation or the effective rainfall. He said that the effective rainfall is the actual rainfall plus runoff subtracted by the evaporation. Then effective rainfall means rainfall plus surface runoff minus evaporation. And we can also see idea of the topographical map in the idea of the topographical map in the ideas of the Albrecht Penk, and geography was considered as a bridge between the natural and the human sciences by him. Thank you so much. This is all about a brief description of the German school of thought. Separately, I will focus upon the Ratgel, who has given important ideas in political geography as well as in particular and in human geography in general. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.